Hey, this is Rick. Welcome back to my channel, Rick Loves Maria. I am currently in Kansas City, Missouri, waiting to get loaded up with pizza. And this pizza is going up to Fond du Lac, no, Little Chute, Wisconsin, way up near Green Bay. And it is wicked cold. The other day I was up in Wisconsin someplace and it was -2. Okay. And of course there's snow everywhere. Down here in Kansas today, there was wrecks all over the interstate down here. Even tractor trailers jackknifed all over the sides of the road. It was actually worse down here. Spent the night at a very cold rest area last night. I drove as far as I could to get down here, but on the windshield, it wasn't melting as fast as the truck, and the vehicles in front of me are spraying this stuff up, and it's sticking on the windshield and it's freezing. And my wipers and the defroster on high, and it's still not able to keep up with it. It's hard to keep the windshield clean on this thing. That's my biggest problem, is trying to keep the darn windshield clean. I can't. Every time I stop, I'm cleaning the windshield. Every truck stop I fuel up at, I'm cleaning the windshield. And that's just the hardest thing, is to keep that clean so I can see where I'm going and see what I need to do. So, yeah, that's tough. So anyway, I'm here getting loaded up with pizza. And I like pizza. Trucking's been interesting. I was down in Florida last week. It was nice and 61 down there, green grass. The leaves are starting to pop out on the trees in Florida. It looks like springtime down there. It's really nice. So I think I need to move to Florida and say, forget all these other states that are too cold. And hey, there's a truck from California, Bakersfield. You see trucks from all over out here. I like to see where they're from, and it's neat to see some from California, Utah, all over the place. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm thinking Florida is really nice. So I think what I'm gonna do is finish my year that I owe Rail, and I owe them like 120,000 miles, minus whatever I've already driven for them. And I think I'm gonna finish up with that, and when I don't owe that anymore, I'll tell them that I'm moving to Florida, and say, if you want to keep me, I'll drive for you just in the southeast region, live in Florida. Or I'll just find another trucking job down in Florida. That's the good thing about having this CDL, is you can go anywhere in the country and get a pretty decent paying job. And that's one reason I went this route, is because when I was doing the IT work, the work that I was doing was so specific, doing the analysis for the electronic medical records, SQL query, report writing, and all that stuff. The problem is there's so few of those kinds of jobs open. And right now during the pandemic, nobody's hiring for that kind of stuff. They're like man, we could care less. They can go without. You can go without certain things like having a reporting person. We'll just wait until after the pandemic's over, and then we'll worry about filling that position or something like that. So anyway, with trucking seems to be coming in more higher demand than it has been in the past. I think a lot of guys that have been doing it for a long time are finally retiring, and there's not enough replacement people to fill those empty positions driving the truck. And it's kind of I think it's kind of a noble profession to do if you do it right and can do it. I mean, it's not easy by any means. This thing is 8 feet wide, and the lane that you're driving in is 12 feet wide. Trying to keep it in your lane, sometimes it's a little difficult. I'll admit that. Trying to keep it between the lines. I don't like driving at night. I try to do as little driving at night as possible, but I also don't want to leave any time on the clock. I don't want to leave hours on the clock when I could be getting down the road further. So last night I drove as far as I could in the dark, and my windshield being covered in ice, and it was like, I think, down to 5 last night where I spent the night. And this thing has a heater in the bunk back here. I mean, it's not a whole lot of heat, but it's a little bit of heat. And but by the time you wake up in the morning, there's also cold air coming in. It ain't airtight, and there's cold air coming in too. So anyway, I know spring is on the way in another month. I'm really looking forward to spring and the end of this winter. Today is February 9th. Another month. I think most of the winter should be over. I'm really looking forward to this summer, to doing this job in the summertime. It's a lot more fun, I think, in the summer. That's just my opinion. I think driving will be a lot more fun in the summer. And I like getting to see places. It's been neat to drive around the country and see a lot of different places. Yesterday I had a bald eagle flying overhead, soaring overhead. A real wild bald eagle. And I was driving down the road and I was like, holy crap, look at that. So that was kind of fun. So neat to see, in the wild. So I kind of enjoyed that. Anyway, see what this guy's doing. I'm in 15. Yeah. Okay, we'll be neighbors. Kind of hard to do that with that trailer in the way.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if they're going to move there.
I bet she don't even know it's in there. Yeah, anyway, I'm just helping out another trucker. They told him to go to the spot next to me, and it's got a trailer sitting in it already. That kind of stuff happens all the time. I sat down in Savannah, Georgia for 21 hours, and I mean overnight, and they failed to get me loaded. Finally, I charged them what's called detention pay, where they basically pay you by the hour to have to sit there and wait on them. Anything more than sitting there more than 2 hours, you get detention pay. So that basically paid my salary for the day, I guess. to sit there. Let's see, what else is either good or bad about it? One bad part about it is you have to use the restroom when you can. When you get the opportunity to use a restroom, I'm specifically talking about number 2 now. You gotta use it when you're there, when you can. Because you don't know when you're gonna get the next opportunity. Yeah, there's a lot of truck stops. I mean, you have to pull over at rest areas and truck stops. But sometimes where we park at night and the rest areas, there's some out here that don't have restrooms in them, and you can also park at night at way stations along the highway. Now, I can always find a tree or something to use, to pee at, to do number 1, but you gotta take advantage of that when you can. The other thing that you have to do is when you're near a grocery store, you have to take a break and go stock up on some food and drinks. One of the main things I like to have in here is something to drink and something to snack on or eat. If you get hungry driving down the road, you got to be able to, get you something to eat to keep that hunger down. Yep, here he is. He's going to pull the trailer out with the yard dog truck. Pretty cool. Yeah. They just lift it right up. They don't even have to hook up to it like we do. Basically, I think they do hook up. They have to hook up an airline, I think, but it's a lot easier. So, I've hauled car parts, tires. I hauled medical supplies, rum. I hauled car parts to Florida and hauled rum back north. I mean, you just never know what you're going to get. Today I'm getting pizza and it's frozen. But, I mean, the temperature currently is 23. It's not going to unthaw. I'm taking it to Wisconsin, for Christ's sakes. It's not going to unthaw. So, why is he having a hard time hooking up to it? I'm going to break something. Oh, there you got it. It was a little too low. He jammed the thing underneath it. Oh, there he goes. Lift it up. Maybe the trailer, maybe the dock is still holding it in. There's a thing back there that grabs onto the bumper on the back of the trailer, and if it's not released, it'll. Oh, yep, here it goes. It's a shorter trailer. It's not 53, I don't think. Oh, maybe it is. Yeah. Oh, it has a wheel locked on it. It's got a problem with the brakes. It's gonna drag it anyway. Even in the snow. This one axle over here has got brakes locked up on it. That's interesting. Anyway, you see all kinds of stuff out here. You see all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's a couple of the things about trucking. It's nice to be able to go around and see different places and see the country. I don't really care for going to cities. I've been to Houston, Dallas, St. Louis. What other cities have I been to? Major cities. I've been close to New York where I could see it off in the distance. That's about 20 miles away. That's about as close as I want to get. I want nothing to do with New York. I've been around Chicago. I've been through downtown Chicago with this thing. I mean, you just slow down and keep safe following distance. They keep cutting in front of you, and you just keep slowing down. Is all you can do. At some point, you get through it, and then traffic starts to speed back up again. So I don't know. It's just a matter of having patience. And when you've lived as long as I have, I'm 54. I'll be 55 soon, believe it or not. You just develop patience over the years that you didn't have when you were younger. So anyway, I'm making this video just to talk about some stuff. But yeah, I like Florida. I really would like to live in Florida. I get online and I look at houses down there, and I don't want something that I really don't have a great impression of trailers. And by trailers, I mean mobile homes, mobile manufactured homes. Yeah, there's some that look pretty decent online down there in Florida, and they're probably okay, but I don't have a great impression of those. I don't want to pay something that's got a maintenance fee to a HOA, a homeowners association. I'm not interested at all in an HOA, but I'd like to get just a small home down there. I don't care if it's less than 1,000 square feet, something that's between $50,000 and $75,000. I'm not expecting a whole lot, but just something on a little lot where we can live. I like the Sebring area in Florida, Avon Park. What is it called? Lake Placid. I kind of like that area. It's north of Okeechobee, but south of Orlando, south of Lakeland, kind of down in that area. It's kind of between orange groves and sugarcane down in there. So that's kind of where I'd like to end up. I don't know. It's going to take me another year to finish up this obligation that I owe. So maybe in a year from now I can start looking. Hopefully. I just wish I could get Maria here. It's such a pain to be without the person that you love. And I know there's changes that are improving in the state, Department of State and stuff like that, but it's not happening fast enough for me. I'm still disappointed to not be able to have her here. Because if I'm making any kind of decisions like that, she needs to be here with me, working on it together. I've already made enough decisions without her. I really would like to have her with me. So that's what's going on. I'm coming up on 20 minutes, so I better cut this short. Keep some drinks in the truck. This Brisk is fairly cheap at the truck stops. I like this Yoo-Hoo. It's a chocolate drink. I try to keep some of these protein bars around. Oranges, little cutie oranges. These are like a peanut butter cookie. I like those. I like the mint cookies like the Girl Scouts have. What else do I keep around? I don't know. In the morning, I just have cereal with milk. In my fridge, I have, enough room for a couple gallons. I keep a gallon of milk in there. Soup is always good in the truck. You can nuke it in the microwave to heat it up. I keep some TV dinners in there, some microwavable sandwiches, stuff like that. Just basic stuff you can get at Walmart. It's about time for me to stock up again. Snacks, of course, bread for sandwiches, sandwich meat, mayo, that kind of stuff. I don't know. So, anyway, yeah, looking forward to spring when I can put the windows down in the truck and not have to have the heat on, when the salt won't be all over the windshield. I think it's going to be a more fun job in the springtime when it's springtime. The truck next to me's got a big dog in it. Hey, doggy. Looks like a big boxer dog. Pretty cool. I don't think I want to carry a dog around with me. This is enough responsibility right now without a pet in the truck. So anyway, y'all stay safe. This pandemic is not quite over yet. There are people who are getting immunization. So far, no truck drivers from what I hear, but like people that are over like 65 or something like that. People that are affected the most, hospital doctors and nurses. I know that they've had it. So at some point they'll start coming down in age, and at some point it'll just be a thing where you can go into any pharmacy and get it, hopefully, and just say, hey, I'd like to get shot. Go ahead and do it to it. So I don't know. Until then, we should try to continue to wear these things and try to keep some distance. And that's what I'm trying to do. It's not easy, but at least doing the truck driving, it's easier keeping distance doing this than it was being in IT. And I'm enjoying this, I think, a little more than being in IT. You know, if you're in IT, you're sitting still all day long in an office. You're just kind of stuck there. Yeah, you're making a salary, but you're just sort of stuck there. You feel bored. I always felt like this is a waste of my time and a waste of my life. Whereas truck driving, there's times when I'm out here on the highway and it's kind of nice to be able to watch the scenery go by. It's kind of, it can be kind of fun. You get to tour around the country a little bit. You know, I mean, I'm not getting enough time off to go to the beach or nothing, but it's pretty cool, you know, to be able to travel around. So I'm kind of enjoying it some. And I think that's how you have to look at it, as an adventure, you know. Yeah, there's going to be moments of terror when some idiot